Today, we will talk with Japanese professor, handcraft master and architect, Takeshi Shiratori. We will discuss some ideas about the cultural differences of Japanese and Uzbek nations and the definition of geosymbiosis. Now you can listen to the podcast, and I hope you guys will enjoy it and find it beneficial.
How much time do you have, sir?
Maybe till 11 or 11:10, around there, if that's okay.
Yes. The first question is, what is peace? How do you define it?
Okay, there are many definitions of peace, and I usually go with the direction with the late Professor Gautung on his peace series. However, for this workshop, I say that peace is a condition that is, or state, physical and mental state, to kind of create harmonic coexistence together. That is peace for me and for the workshop. And as you know, so many conflict happened this past few years. Ukraine, Russia, and Israel, Gaza issues. And also for Rohingyas, many people suffered because of war. And war is, as we all say, it's the opposite of peace. And unfortunately, the world is going toward more conflict. There are more violence that's shown every day, and us citizens of Earth feel that we're not capable to stop it. And that's why the workshop has been developed to take the theme of empowerment of eternal peace, friendship, and non-war. And this theme is taken from the public cemetery made for not only the detained soldiers of Japan, but also other Japanese who stayed in Uzbekistan after the World War II. And thankfully enough, Uzbek citizens have kept the cemetery intact, well taken care of, and we really appreciate this effort.
Thank you. It's a very good definition. Yeah.
Thank you. And the next question, eh?
So the next question is, I like your answer to this question. I will use it in the video as well, inshallah. So the next question about the workshop itself and the performance.
Yes.
If you'd like me, since this video is going to be about the performance, I only ask about the meaning of the performance, you know?
Okay.
So before the meaning, I would like to ask you about the preparation of the performance a little bit.
Okay.
So, I saw you prepare your own instruments, yeah.
First, it all started from understanding the history of Uzbekistan and Japan. All of us, including myself, student and professor, really didn't have any occasion to understand our historical relationship. And we first found out about the Navoy Theater and how the architecture, the creation and collaboration to make this theater was the first collaboration between the Japanese and the Uzbek people in terms of creation. And unfortunately, it was during the war, and one was detained under the Soviet Union in the past. But it's still left a mark as a wonderful architecture and collaboration that still exists today. So from there, we start digging in more and we found out about the cemetery that I mentioned earlier, that our past people are buried there and has been taken care by the Uzbek people. So there was already a friendship that has not been spoken to for us to understand. So we decided to dig into that and start our workshop from the oath that are written at the tomb. After many years, people from the past war has got together and made this monument, and it states eternal peace, friendship, and non-war. So that was the key sentence for us. And this is where the concept of the workshop started generating, which is for the next generation, the youth, to connect this oath to the future generations. So then we started to think what is the common culture between the two nations? And we found out about the tea. Tea itself came from China to both nations. It has many different stories, and it's hard to track to narrow down to one. But the more important thing is that we both have the culture of hospitality through the act of tea, serving the tea. So from there, we started to think about how to prepare for this tea. And then the next keyword came, which is ichigo ichie, which means in English, once in a lifetime encounter.
Yeah, I would like to
So,
ask you about
mm,
this also later. Chigochi is also.
yes.
Mhm.
So ichigo ichie is behind the whole workshop, but also the oath is inside the whole workshop tasks.
Mhm.
And going back to the performance, um, it is an act as a citizens of Earth to communicate with the other citizens of Earth around the world, and also as a counteract, counterfeit towards the nations who are pushing for the war. That we have to do the opposite.
Mhm.
Okay, we really have to do the opposite of war, which is to create peace. And the performance was to bring peace message to the people who have lost their loved ones in the past wars. So it was not just about the detained Japanese soldiers and other Japanese who died in Uzbekistan. Actually, there is a German cemetery right next to the Japanese, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it's not really for a certain nationality, but it's actually for citizens of Earth, for all the people who have suffered. We had to make a performance uh, as a requiem to calm the spirits of the saddened history. So this started from making the instruments, the drums. The drums are taught by the actually a butcher. This man and family is from a butcher family, and in Japan, sad enough, butchers and all these occupation that kills animals were segregated very strongly in the past, and it's still now in some senses. And this man, who himself is uh, advocating that why the man who kills the animals for other people to eat need to be segregated. And also, this concept of segregation already is violence against peace. So we decided to ask him to be the teacher to create a drum with us. And he taught us how to make a drum using the cows that were killed for our meat. So in a way, this drum, we call it the geosymbiotic drum because there are two advocacies, as I mentioned, one about segregation, anti-segregation, and the other to respect the life of animals that have died for human being. So we thought it's perfect to bring to Uzbekistan to use it as a drums, as a spirit requiem. The other is the actual performance of the drum itself. We asked the drum group, Nekoza, and the leader uh, to teach us the drums. Actually, me and my daughter had been taking the practice for a few years before. Yet he is also from Nara City, and Nara City is the east window of the east end window of Silk Road. Many things came to Japan through Silk Road, and we also have a mask that has been brought in the back ages. We also recently found a mirror that are excavated separately in Japan and in Samarkand, and they both were from the same era in the Silk Road during the trades of Silk Road. So all these things we are trying to connect the past, the history that we have been connected, collaborated, coexisted together for a long time. And
Yeah.
by reconnecting the Silk Road from the east, should bring another meaning to the future. So that was the aim to bring in the two drum related people
Wow.
into this preface of the workshop. Yes.
Yes. Thank you for the answer. It's about the preparation of the performance. And now I also saw that your students performed very beautifully on the stage.
Thank you.
Can you tell me about the little bits about the performance itself, its scenario, the meaning of the performance on the stage?
Yes. During the drum making session, we were told by uh, the teacher that the drum is actually similar to how the baby hears the sound from the mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a scene where four female students in the kimono, it's a dress designed by my daughter, they lifting the drum like a baby and rubbing the drum surface like the mother would do to the baby. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a respect and message to all life. And as you notice, there were four students around the center figure who has the bow and arrow, and the four represents the four directions. So each was looking towards north, south, west, and east to cover the whole world. So it was a message to the whole world. Um, and then the drum was treated like a baby first, and then they also started to have a scene of disturbance. That's when the drum beats start getting stronger, and that's reflecting all the past wars on this earth. The challenge I had was that because it was to be a Japanese performance, we have to express this Japaneseness or Japanese philosophy and ethnicity behind the performance. And my students are also young. These generations don't really know about Japanese cultures unless they were lucky enough to have some occasions learning the dance, music, and performance. So I had to start from showing them different rhythm in the Japanese culture. And some will be rather coming from the Shintoism ceremony. Some comes from the palace, emperor's music troops. All these things were studied, and also Kurosawa's film. Akira Kurosawa is one of our most famous film director. He made a very, so to say, Japanese classic movies that still gives us the understanding of what our Japanese culture and spirit were about. So all that was the first phase that we had to go through to understand with a very limited number of performers, and we didn't know how big the stage was and how to not fully depend on the loudness of the sound itself, and still give a message to each audience's heart about the message of peace. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for the answer. Yes, it was very deep meanings. Even watching without understanding would give very deep feeling to a viewer, to the audience.
Thank you.
And there was also Uzbek performance. You saw it, and how is your commentary about it? How do you feel when watching it?
Yes, if I be frankly honest, first, I think the idea to do a performance for peace was not fully understood.
Mhm,
So it was more trying to be a spectacle or entertainment.
mhm,
And then at the certain time of the process, uh, the directing teachers talked about bringing in the dancers from external uh, professionals. Huh?
mhm,
So, but this is also the cultural differences and also the understanding of the project because this is our first time collaborating. It's naturally, yes, different directions always intermingle. However, I think many cultural festivals will have their best performance, best music, and perfect practiced show
mhm,
because they want their national culture to be seen in the best state.
mhm,
So I think that was first the misunderstanding we had. Um, and second, it was to be performed by students, and many uh, Uzbek students were against doing the performance, stating that they're architects and not dancers or performers, if you
mhm.
remember.
Yes.
Yes. And actually, this kind of framework in the mindset happened a lot during the workshop. And many were only interested in that was closest to their field, which was building a tea house. So many were not, yes, happy when they were given the task to do a mask or performance or a garden or monument.
I remember.
If
Yeah.
you recall, yes, yes. The challenge I had was not just students but teachers as well, is that there is a stereotypical, very strong image that the architect should be like this, or the architecture or construction student should be like this, which limited their challenge and expansion of experience in other fields.
Mhm,
So the uh, workshop even made us design the national bread known and make a
mhm,
container for that. all that is to explore different possibilities. And from different possibilities in many different fields, it will come back to architecture or construction in the very end to make a creative new solutions for the problems that we haven't solved yet. But this
Yes.
kind of logic and concept was very difficult to convince in the very beginning. I think now that everything is visually there and physically there, and after everybody experienced it, they will understand, you know.
Yes.
But yes, that was the first challenge. But gradually we started to understand, and Uzbek students had made a wonderful performance. Uh, Lecturer and teacher Firuza had written the script. We both had a favorite movie, common favorite movie, which was The Fifth Element. And there's a scene where the main character, female, who is a super being, who came down to Earth to be the savior, in some sense, where she reflects all the wars that happened in the Earth, and that image was very strong for the people who saw the movie, and I think it was the same for her and myself. So that kind of backbone was already there, but she made the Earth being personalized. So this female, Jasmina, performed very well as the representative. She was the Earth, um, and all the different negative aspects, violence, war, etc., happening on Earth was represented also by each student, and the beautifully done masks. That was very wonderfully done, I think. And what really struck me is the fact that in the beginning, I was told many times that females will not dance in front of the audience. Maybe within the family gathering, they might dance, but on the outside, they will not. It's not in the culture. So I
Did
was pretty
did they
much,
say that?
yes. Hmm?
Did
It's
Uzbek
true, right?
students say that?
Mm. Students and teachers explained to me that. So
Yes.
I was about to give up the performance. I didn't want to force anyone that is, out of their belief.
Mm-hmm.
But why I always make new challenges for students, the reason is because there are certain things you understand better by doing things, you know.
Yes.
Yes. And soon some of you will come to Japan, and there is a public bath experience planned in the schedule. Of course,
Yeah.
female males are separate, but this kind of experience is very new to many people who are doesn't have the bath culture
Mm.
anymore. Or yes, I think you had the steam bath culture,
Yeah, but
but
not
we have this word.
public. Yes.
Yes, in the public, eh? And we have this word in Japanese. We have a naked relationship, and it doesn't mean anything sexual. It means that we have nothing to hide.
Mm.
We are honest to each other. We're sincere and truthful to each other.
Yes.
So
I respect.
our language comes from these cultures. So, and the language always represents that the ethnicity or the philosophy of those each ethnicity. So
Mhm.
that's why I recommend everyone to try, you know.
Mm.
And we also do the same. We go to another country and we try, even if it's not in our customs,
Mm.
especially for this workshop. Yes.
Mhm. Oh, I see. I saw that in Japanese culture many times, in public,
Yes.
toilets. Uh, it was made with glass. I see. when you come inside, it will be invisible.
Are you talking about the bath
Yes,
or
about the bath
toilet?
also. I saw that in the movies also about the bath, naked relationships. I see.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
even
Yes.
the toilet culture is different in Japan. I see, and I respect that. I like that.
The
So
toilet scene. I don't know which movie you saw, but it's
perfect
quite
date.
ago that we had a personal toilet.
Mm.
But yeah, it goes another story. But the concept of white, clean hygiene came from the Western culture,
Really? Mhm.
and yes, and the Japanese culture was more into how do you say, the ecosystem type of idea where our poop becomes a nutrition for the soil, and that's has been used for farming.
Mhm.
And many population were farmers in the back past Japan. So the concept of toilet, or in the Western world, poop and urine are just dirty, but in the Eastern world, it's more something useful,
Mm.
something that's But now it has changed. More Western ideas come to Japan and has changed.
Oh.
But it's funny how the world is going towards sustainability
Mhm.
and ecosystem, and now it's going back to the more Eastern type of ideas.
Yeah,
Mm.
we all come from the earth, and everything we have goes to the earth.
Yes, we all go back.
Yeah, and I think it's about time to finish, but I
Okay.
have one
Yes.
last question.
Yes.
It is the overall conclusion about the Geosymbiotic Workshop in Uzbekistan.
Yes.
What is your conclusion
Uh,
of the workshop? Yes.
First of all, I could only speak from my perspective.
Yes.
So on November 23rd, we have a Association for Kyosei Studies conference, and students and teachers from Uzbekistan, along with the Japanese students who joined the workshop, have the occasion to summarize what their tasks were and what the meaning was. And especially for the three lecture teachers who are coming, they will be comparing
Mhm.
within each tasks,
Yeah.
especially the tea house garden.
Yeah, I have another question about the
Yes.
upcoming workshop. Inshallah, I'll
Mm.
ask it later. But this one is
Okay.
about
Okay.
the Uzbek workshop, workshop in
Yes.
Uzbekistan.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
your conclusion? Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
But as I was saying, I have to listen to what everybody says to understand how the workshop was for everyone. That's my first point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
And second, for myself, maybe the meaning of the workshop was understood maybe 20%
Yeah.
to as a whole, eh?
So,
And this workshop itself was seen completely different from the administrative side of SamdAQU, for the teachers who were involved, and for the people who were not involved, and also for all the workers and supporters who supported the workshop after I went to Uzbekistan. They all have a different meaning, and from their comments, some experienced the differences in how we work toward the students, toward the project, or toward making things. Some teachers do not have the actual making experience, although they're in architecture and construction, and some teacher do have their own set of experience. which helped greatly for our project. But the whole jumble mumble mix of experience and thoughts is probably one of the reasons why we should have more workshop around the world, because there are so many things that came after we started to have conflict, after the projects start getting harder, as you know, and every student know. Yes, yes. But the success is especially seen when the tea house, garden, all the tasks were done. When we had a cup of tea, just as we talked, then I imagined we both had a very hard workshop experience. But when we had a cup of tea in each tea house, served by each hospitality, I think we understood what this workshop was all about. And this is about experiencing what it is to collaborate for harmonic coexistence. And it does take a lot of conflict, it does take learning curves, but in the end, everybody was smiling and everybody was feeling closer. And now Uzbekistan, just hearing the name makes some of us cry because they missed those times so much.
We also miss.
And yes, thank you for saying so. So I think for all of us, we succeeded in changing this Uzbek Japan war legacy into a geosymbiotic legacy to pass on to the next generations. I forgot to mention that the performance for Japanese performance ended with the center figure, Runa, who was practicing archery. Yes, Japanese Kyudo. So she knows all the formality of Kyudo, and then she used that to express the Japanese culture. Plus, the four people around collected all the spirits around the world who had sad experience because of the war into the arrow. And we turned all the souls who are lost in the sadness and who were not able to go back to their homeland, just like the Japanese detained soldiers and many soldiers, even now today. And we performed the arrow to be launched to return to the family.
To Japan.
Yeah, to Japan, yes. And if you can recall, the female students made a lullaby to the world with each of their cultural lullaby. And during that time, we were showing all the pictures of the participants' childhood photos, memories with their family, to show that we're all the same. We all have our loving family, loving children, loving friends and partners. And we have to seek alternative, not conflict, not war, but these kind of collaboration toward harmony. But we have to do it offensively, meaning we cannot wait. We have to aggressively think how to change the world in this direction. So I hope I answered your questions in this manner.
Yes, you answered very, very deeply, perfectly.
Thank you. And I thank all of you for the good jobs you did before, during, and after the workshop. And you are still keeping up with the theme. You keep questioning and you keep creating these video for us. And I truly appreciate. This is an act of geosymbiosis in itself. And I really was glad to meet all the young leaders of the future in Uzbekistan, along with ours. And I hope your friendship continues and to bring to the next level, not just academic, but the real practice-wise, to really change the world. Yes.
We also wish our Japanese friends very good future, a bright future. And
thank you.
And it has been very good experience to me the workshop and this interview also. I think we should
Thank you
continue
very
this
much.
in future. Because
Yes.
we talked on very different topics when you were here also, about Uzbek culture, about Japanese culture, about women rights. There's so many things to talk with you, inshallah.
Thank you very much.
Uh,
And I hope you hear from the students and teachers who came to Japan, what they saw, what they experienced,
yes.
because I will give them a hard time here too, you know?
I know.
Yeah, yeah. So please, yes, I will make them experience so much that they will have a culture shock. Yes, in a good way, in a good way. Yes.
Yes, of course. They have to try hard things to break the comfort zone.
Yes, yes, yes.
So thank you, Professor. If you have time in the future, I would like to ask you about the upcoming workshop also. Your
Okay,
insights.
okay. Yes, thank you very much for your interest on that too. Yes,
Thank you for your time, sir.
thank you very much.